Hey, good morning, Facebook. Good morning, everyone in social media land. Hey, I'm Anitra of AnitraSpeaks.com. I hope everyone is off to a wonderful Wednesday. And I don't know about you guys, but I love HGTV. It is something that I just watch all the time, all the different shows I love. But my favorite show on there, or one of my favorite shows, because I can't really pick, one of my favorite shows on there is Fixer Upper. Fixer Upper is a show where Chip and Joanna Gaines are a couple that live in Waco, Texas, and they find the people want to buy a Fixer Upper and fix it up, but they don't want to fix it up themselves. They get Chip and Joanna Gaines to show them three houses, and I'm telling you, when I watch this show, I'm always in awe because these Fixer Uppers at the beginning, I don't see what Joanna Gaines see. When I look at these fixer-uppers, they are messed up. Hey, Cynthia, good morning. These fixer-uppers are a mess. Some of them are shacks. Some of them look like barns. Some of them, they just look bad. They're old, dilapidated, empty houses. And they go for really, really cheap, right? But then the people give them a budget. So, let's say a fixer-upper costs $30,000, and I'm just making this up. Then they say, okay, I have another $200,000. So they take the $200,000 and renovate the fixer-upper. And at the end, when you see what they do with this house or this place, it's unbelievable. It is absolutely unbelievable. And the reason I love this show so much is because guess what? All of us are fixer-uppers. You know, God sees us a whole lot differently than we see ourselves, right? God sees us at the end, kind of like Chip and Joanna Gaines see that house at the end. God sees us as what we can become. He knows the potential. He knows the gift that He's given us. He knows what He has planted in us. So He sees us at that end, right? We see ourselves sometimes as the beginning or a work in progress. Maybe we're not where we want to be, and we think we can't get there. And you know what it takes sometimes is somebody to see that potential in you. And I say that because I'll never forget when I first got joined Toastmasters in 2012. And I had given maybe one speech or so, but David Hendrickson is one of my mentors. He's a forever mentor. He's always going to be my mentor. But we were at a district event, and there's a guy who was doing a keynote speech. This guy was on stage, and he was speaking, and I was a greeter, so I was standing by the door near the stage, and I'm in awe watching this guy speak, man. He got his points. He got stuff that he's, little things he's handing out, and the audience is engaged. So here comes Dave Hendrickson. He leans over to me and he said, Anitra? And I'm like, yeah. He said, you see that guy on stage? I said, yeah, I see him. He said, you can do that. I said, who? Me? I said, oh, no, not me. He said, oh, yeah, you could do that. And see, that's how Chip and Joanna Gaines are. They see a house, they tell you, okay, I'm going to knock out this wall, I'm going to put in some new floors, I'm going to get you some new cabinets in the kitchen, and all that they're talking about is because they have skills, right? And it's developing. So sometimes your potential is based upon you going out and getting those skills, right? So when Dave said this to me, I didn't believe him, but I started working, right? I didn't stop. I started speaking more. He even invited me to a demo speech where I tried to do what that guy did on the stage, interact with the audience. I almost scared this poor woman to death when I hit that table when she was sitting in the chair. I come up there trying to do what I do, and I hit that table, and that lady jumped. I said, oh, I'm sorry. So I had to learn, right? I had to go. I had to practice. I had to get an understanding of how to get to my potential. Then the next thing that Joanna and Chip does, they get an investment from the person. Now this person got skin in the game now because I done gave you some money to fix this thing up. When we start working on our potential, we got to give up something. You know, I had to stop hanging out with friends. A lot of times I'm at home, I'm writing, I'm reading, because I can't give you what's not in me. I can't speak from an empty place. I have to put something in, so that means sacrificing some time. Because when I get off of my job, I don't know about y'all, but I be tired when I get home. When I get home, I just want to do nothing, but I've got to do something. Like my grandmama used to say, get up off your stool or do nothing and do something. So I have to get up off my stool or do nothing and do something, and that means reading. That means watching other speakers. That means planning and preparing speech. I got a little book that I keep in my purse where I write out thoughts that I have. What am I going to speak about? So you have to be willing to invest to get to that place of where you are actually fixed up. And the third thing that Dave did, and this is also what Chip and Joanna Gaines, once you give an investment, then they take some action, right? Dave went and got the then district, they used to call him district governor, district director, Charlene Burroughs, and he told her, hey, I got somebody that can do a keynote. At this time, I didn't even really fully know what a keynote was, and he telling somebody I can do it. Ooh, I didn't know what to expect, but guess what? I started practicing on how to do keynotes every chance I got. I was somewhere practicing 15-20 minutes speaking somewhere, just getting those opportunities, so when the next opportunity came, I was able to do a speech. So I did a speech, y'all can find it on YouTube, called Lead Where You Are. That was my very, very first keynote speech. And then after that, for Toastmasters, I did a speech, Pass the Torch. That was a keynote speech. How do you pass the torch on to someone else? And from then, it's just been going ever since. It's been going ever since. And don't get me wrong, just like on Fixer Upper, sometimes they find a problem and they need more money, or they need to change direction, they need to change the design because something's not working right. That's happened with me too. I've had to change, I've had to move around. Things have happened. My life changed, stuff going on with my son. But God still knows that potential is there. And I have faith, and I believe that the time is going to come where He's going to push me to a new level. And I receive that. I'm going to speak it, and I'm going to receive it for myself, just like Chip and Joanna Gaines do with those houses. They speak life. Oh, this is what we're going to do. We're going to put some carpet over here. We're going to give you some hardwood floors. We're going to give you some granite. They do all that kind of stuff. So I say to myself, oh, Anitra, you are a great speaker. Guess what? You're going to be a keynote at a women's conference, a big women's conference. And guess what? Before I know it, I was a keynote speaker. I wasn't a keynote, but I was a speaker at a women's conference. So now I'm saying, guess what, Anitra? You're going to be a keynote speaker at a major women's conference. It is going to happen. God sees you. God knows what He's given to you. So let me tell you all something. The reason I want to talk about fixer-uppers, because no matter where you are, no matter what's going on with you, you still have potential. You can be a fixer-upper, honey. There's nothing wrong with being at the beginning stages or in progress on your way to being fixed up. I am on my way to being fixed up, and so are you. So I want y'all to keep that mindset. Know that, wherever you are, whatever you're going through, this ain't the end for you. There is something else that's waiting, something greater. And we have to believe that, and I believe that for myself, and I believe that for you too. Now listen, y'all, this is Anitra of AnitraSpeaks.com. Honey, listen, if you are a fixer-upper like me, please just share the video. If you know some fixer-uppers that need to hear this, share the video. Look, if you don't even like fixer-uppers, if you don't like this video, if you don't like people, share the video anyway, because you got this far and you watched it, and I do appreciate it. But thank you all so much. Y'all have a wonderful, wonderful Wednesday, and I'll be back on soon. Bye.